Back in November, right before XRP started making serious moves this cycle, a lot of chart analysts were pointing out something big. XRP had been stuck in a consolidation phase for nearly 7 years. That's a really long time. And in the world of crypto, the longer something builds pressure, the more explosive the breakout tends to be once it finally happens. Given that we were already deep into a bull market, I had been saying all year very openly on this channel that when XRP finally took off, it wasn't going to be some mild pump. It was going to be absolutely wild. That's exactly what played out in November. Price skyrocketed, climbing steadily for almost an entire month, then spent December mostly cooling off. Then came January. On the 16th, XRP smashed through to a brand new all-time high. Honestly, if you'd been watching closely, none of that should have caught you off guard. But here's the kicker. There's another major resistance level that hasn't been getting nearly enough attention. And this one. It's been tested for almost 8 years now. It's like a dam ready to explode. And when it does, brace yourself. XRP isn't just going to rise, ... It's going to obliterate expectations. I genuinely believe that when this barrier breaks, it's going to be face melting. No joke. People are going to need new faces. That's how nuts this move could be. The charts are screaming it, and a lot of respected analysts are starting to sound the alarm. So if you're not buzzing with excitement right now, seriously check your pulse. You might not be alive. This is one of those moments in the market. Just to be super clear, I'm not a financial advisor. I've got no background in finance whatsoever. I'm just a crypto nerd who loves talking about this stuff for fun. So please, don't buy or sell anything based on what I say. This is all just for entertainment. Alright, let's just get this out of the way first. Yes, XRP is moving. It's climbing. But here's the truth that a lot of people overlook. Every time XRP has reached a new all-time high, it's never done it in isolation. It's never just randomly taken off while the rest of the crypto market was quiet. That's just not how this game works. Whenever XRP breaks records, it's always been part of a much bigger picture. The entire crypto market heats up, and XRP doesn't just tag along, it steals the spotlight. It tends to shine brighter than most once the whole ecosystem is on fire. That's the usual pattern. Now, with that in mind, I want to highlight something important. There's a ton of capital pouring into crypto right now. I touched on this in my last video, but there's another key metric I want to share with you that really drives the point home. And it's exactly what you'd expect as we approach the final stretch of a bull cycle. Chart analyst CW recently pointed out that Google searches for the term altcoins have hit their highest point in the last 4 years. Let that sink in. People are flooding back in. Retail interest is spiking, and money is chasing gains. Classic end-of-cycle behavior. It's almost comical, like that Futurama meme with Fry yelling, "Shut up and take my money." But that's literally what's happening right now. The herd is returning. This is a textbook sign that we're heading into the later stages of the market cycle. But here's the reassuring part. We're not at that scary red alert stage yet. You know, the one where the signs start flashing that a massive dump is around the corner. I'll be the first to sound the alarm when we get close to that cliff, but for now, we're not there. It doesn't make sense to panic or expect an immediate crash. That kind of fear just doesn't line up with what we're seeing in the charts or the broader data. Exactly, it really doesn't. And to take it a step further, chart analyst Mustache shared something that just hammers this idea home even more. He posted a chart showing the total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, basically. Every other major altcoin in the top 125 by market cap, which of course includes XRP. This is known as the Total 3 chart. And what he said was simple but powerful, and so it begins. Cycle things. If you look at the chart, we'll see that Total 3 is just now starting to poke into this green zone, a zone we haven't visited in a long time. This move only just started happening. And guess what? It's the last time we saw this exact pattern play out. It led straight into a full-blown parabolic blow-off top. So yeah, this is the beginning of something big. This is the stage where things start to go vertical. The altcoin market, minus XRP included, is stepping onto the launch pad. We're not talking theory anymore. The data is lining up, the cycles are syncing, and we're entering the phase where things go from exciting to absolutely wild. that brings us to where we are now. Let's talk Bitcoin dominance because it's breaking down in a big way. If you check out the Bitcoin dominance chart going back to around early May, you'll see something really telling. Visually, it looks like it's diving straight off a cliff. Sure, technically it's only dropped about 5% from its local high, which happened around June 22nd, give or take. So yeah, maybe the percentage doesn't sound huge, but just look at the trend. That sharp downward movement. That's classic end-of-cycle behavior. How low could it go? Nobody knows for sure, but many seasoned analysts are projecting a drop into the 35 to 40% range. Historically, that would be right in line with what we've seen in previous market tops. And here's why it matters. As Bitcoin dominance falls, that usually means capital is shifting into altcoins. It's not that Bitcoin's crashing. Quite the opposite. Bitcoin can still be rising. But the share of the total market going into altcoins increases, and that's a massive tell that alt season is beginning. We're seeing that exact setup play out right now. This breakdown in dominance, the surge in altcoin search interest, the total 3 chart poking into breakout territory, it's all lining up. This is what the early phases of an alt season look like. We're stepping right into that zone and the timing couldn't be more perfect. Now check this out. A post from Coin Bureau of all places. For context, Coin Bureau runs the biggest crypto channel on YouTube. I'm talking millions of subscribers. I think it's over 2.3 or maybe even 2.5 million by now, and nearly 1 million followers on X. So yeah, they're massive. But here's the thing. These guys have never liked XRP. I've followed them for years, and it's been clear as day. They talk about it, sure, but mostly with this passive-aggressive negativity, like they'll say something neutral or slightly positive just to get clicks. But you can hear the shade in their voice whenever XRP comes up. Let's be real, they despise it. And they've spread plenty of misinformation over the years. Whether that's due to plain ignorance or a deliberate spin, you decide. Either way, not a great look. But today, this was rich. They posted that XRP has now overtaken Shell Oil in market cap. Yup, that Shell, the global oil giant, XRP hit a market cap of $211.41 billion, compared to Shell's $205.92 billion. It's wild. And get this, XRP is up 500% since July 2024, hitting a brand new all-time high of $3.65. Their caption? Crypto is now outpacing big oil. I mean, really, crypto. We know what you meant, XRP is outpacing big oil, but I get it. Gotta soften the blow when it's a coin you've trashed for years. So I couldn't resist dropping a little reminder. Just a month ago, back on June 20th, these same guys posted, XRP won't see $3 anytime soon. Well, here we are. Not only did XRP see $3, it blew past it. Obliterated that call. So yeah, I dropped their old post with a little kiss emoji, just doing my part to keep receipts. I've been watching these guys since 2019 back then. Even made videos pushing back against the nonsense they were feeding their audience. The bigger they got, the louder their bad takes became. They've had a front row seat to some of the worst XRP predictions ever made, and they just keep on coming. And by the way, XRP didn't just beat Shell. It climbed even higher. I didn't grab the latest numbers for this video. But last I checked, it had moved up a few more spots and was sitting around number 75 or number 76 among the top global assets. Let that sink in. You'd love to see it. Here's a post from Altcoin Gordon that perfectly ties back to what I talked about at the beginning of this video. The XRP BTC pair. Now remember, the XRP USD pair had been locked in consolidation for nearly 7 years. The trading range kept tightening, forming this giant asymmetrical triangle, and then boom, it finally hit that breakout point and launched. Straight to the moon. That was massive. Well, what Gordon's pointing out here is that the exact same setup is happening on the XRP BTC chart. He's looking all the way back to 2017, and guess what? We're nearing the apex of another long-term pattern. This time, XRP measured against Bitcoin. And yes, XRP already broke out against Bitcoin back in November. The move was explosive. You can see the surge in those candles. XRP left Bitcoin in the dust. But here's the kicker. It still hasn't fully broken out past this mega trend line. And when that happens, that's when the real fireworks start. I believe that breakout will align perfectly with what we're seeing on the XRP USD chart. That's how we start talking about double-digit XRP prices. Not speculation, not hopium. A real setup backed by technicals. Gordon says it clearly. XRP BTC is about to crush an 8-year resistance level. This isn't just a breakout. This is a generational wealth opportunity. And the craziest part? XRP spot ETFs haven't even been approved yet. That means all of this is just the beginning. Once that domino falls, the upside potential is beyond anything we've seen before. Double-digit XRP? Not a meme anymore? It's looking more and more like a 2025 reality. And yes, when that breakout hits, faces will be melted. No one's walking away with a face, not even me. I mean, seriously, I'm gonna need a new face at this point. That's kind of a problem because I happen to think this one's pretty good looking. So now I'm stressed. I just hope whatever face I end up with is at least close. Fingers crossed. Anyway, let's talk about where XRP BTC stands right now. Here's a post from Blockchain Backer, and he's tracking the daily candle on the XRP BTC pair. What he pointed out is huge. XRP is currently battling to break through the 6-month retracement level. We're literally pressing up against it as we speak. This is a key level, a major moment. It's not just one person noticing. A ton of analysts are starting to dial in on this. Here's another great example. Crypto Insight UK just dropped a post highlighting that both XRP Dominance and XRP BTC are now looking incredibly strong. His message was simple. These charts are heating up fast. As we all know, the XRP USD pair just ripped to a new all-time high a few days ago. That made headlines, obviously. But if you only focus on that, you're missing the bigger picture. Because now, other key indicators like XRP, BTC, and XRP Dominance are gearing up to. They got their flashing signs that the real explosion is still ahead. These metrics are primed to go absolutely ballistic. It's becoming clearer by the day. And if this cycle follows anything close to historical patterns, well, you already know. Alright, here's a post I came across from a chart analyst named Mr. Anderson. He's got a sizable following, around 236,000 on X. I'll be honest, I hadn't really followed him before, but this particular post popped up in my feed, and I really liked what he had to say. Here's what he wrote. XRP over 7 years, 3 full macro cycles, and dozens of fake-outs. Oh. For the first time since 2018, we've got a legit weekly structure break. This isn't noise. This is the first real shot at untapped price. Discovery in years. Now the fun begins. That's a big deal. He points out that XRP has finally shaken off the 7 years of compressed, trapped supply. That pressure is gone. And now, for the first time in a long time, the market can actually test what XRP is truly worth. No more heavy ceilings holding it back. So, what happens now? Well, according to Anderson, this is where the XRP army revs the engines. This is where hysteria can spill out into the mainstream. Where the broader market, retail, institutions, normies, all start asking, wait, is XRP worth $5? $7? $15? And let me tell you something, I've seen this play out before. Not so much in the last cycle, because XRP was under siege, from the SEC, which obviously stifled momentum. But rewind to 2017, it was madness. Pure, euphoric chaos. I vividly remember CNBC on national television, walking people through how to buy XRP. I'm not even exaggerating. They literally had a host pull out his phone and buy XRP live on air as millions watched. It was surreal. And that wasn't just TV. I remember going to my local Trader Joe's. I had just gotten into crypto, and I'm standing in line. And the people in front of me were chatting with the cashier about XRP, just casually. What? Yeah, that's hysteria. That's what's next. What? We're getting close to that moment again, that mainstream frenzy. You'll feel it in the air, and it'll be everywhere. Now, back to Anderson's post. He lists 3 key checkboxes for confirming the breakout. Hold a weekly close above the breakout level. See demand kick in on the retest. Volume stays strong and supports the move if those three things line up. Then the chart turns into a blank canvas. No resistance, no limits. Just open air. This is it, XRP Army. Your shot. Make it count. And honestly, I think we're going to do it. I really do. Here's one more that'll make your day. A post from chart analyst Zoom, and the numbers speak for themselves. Over the past 30 days, XRP is up 67%. Let that sink in. Meanwhile, Ethereum is up 54%, Solana 25%, and Bitcoin's weak little performance trails behind at a sad 16%. Yeah, that's right. Just 16%. Like the tiny percentage you'd expect from someone who just showed up to the gym and flexed without lifting anything. XRP is obliterating Bitcoin in performance, and I can't help but love it. I know this absolutely destroys the spirits of those toxic Bitcoin maxis out there, and honestly, that knowledge fills my heart with joy. But we're not done.
Here's
a post from Galaxy, another respected chart analyst. He posted the XRP dominance chart and said, XRP might surprise a lot of people. Highest weekly close ever. Looks like it's just getting started. And I agree, if you're defining the beginning as the early phase of the final surge in the cycle, then yes, we are absolutely at the start of something wild. Another voice chiming in is Dark Defender, who noted that XRP is holding its current strength right where it was during the big breakout in November. It's massive, because historically, XRP has two major rallies per market cycle. The first pump already happened. Then comes a sideways consolidation that usually lasts about half a year. Then the second pump, that's the beast. And here's what's cool. Even though the ROI percentage might be higher during the first pump, the dollar value and net worth increase is typically way more impressive during the second one. Not even close. This is where you see XRP really stretch its legs. CW also posted an update. No real sell walls in sight. Translation: there's minimal resistance above us right now, as demand starts to rise again, which is inevitable. As the full crypto market heats up, it's not going to take much for XRP to shoot past $4 and beyond. At the time of his post, XRP was at $3.54, and there's clear support around $3.40, the previous all-time high. So the setup is solid. Tons of analysts are saying the same thing. It's like there's thin air above us. We just need that next surge in volume, and it's game on. And to wrap it up, a quick note from Cryptolica: XRP sees an all-time high. Next target, $10. That outlook hasn't changed. It's still on the radar. And the way things are moving, it feels more and more like we're just days away from that next phase. No one's giving guarantees. This isn't about promises. Based on momentum, market structure, and historical patterns. The end of this cycle is shaping up to deliver something massive. Look, I always want to be crystal clear about this. I'm not a financial advisor. But this is not investment advice. Don't buy or sell anything just because I'm fired up talking about it on YouTube. I'm just a crypto enthusiast sharing my obsession with XRP and the way things are lining up right now. It's hard not to get excited.